leaders we need. But what is the way forward in reducing some of the challenges hindering the involvement of youth and society? Is it health, education, advocacy, and you just name it? Here comes Youth Inside, 1 hour youth dialogue that sets the agenda for young people to be expressive of their view, thoughts, activities, and how they affect the society. Join us every Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m. for Youth Inside, only on KMTV. With me, your host, Zach Tortiama Sherman.
I am Magdala Cooper. I endorse KMTV.
Whatever you are, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. This is Youth Inside, another brand new edition, and we'd like to welcome you wholeheartedly. This is a day school that sets the agenda for young people, of course, to be expressive of their views, thoughts, and ideas, and what they can bring to the table to make the difference. Of course, we are here today with the ICT, that's the LESU Liberia Information Technology Students Union, LESU for short. We are going to be looking at comprehensively looking at the analysis of how they stand, what's their position as it takes, and what are they doing when it comes to the ICT sector for a country when young people taking the lead. What comes out? What are those beneficials stand out that we need? So, wherever you are, I would like to welcome you again. I am just your host, Zach Tortiama Sherman, and I'd like to say you are highly welcome. Wherever you find yourself in Liberia, we take our break and be right back.
Hi, I'm Prince Larmin Jarbo, founder of Project Change. As an organization, our mission is to groom self-sustaining youth to help rebuild a productive Liberia. We change the mindsets of the youth from one that says, I cannot, to one that believes I can. We're proud to sponsor the Youth Insight on KMTV, presented by Zach Sherman, because we also believe in creating a platform for the young people to voice themselves. If you would like to learn more about what we do and how we do it, and how you can join the movement, you can find us on Facebook or Instagram at Pro Change in Liberia. Or you can also visit our website at prochangeinliberia.org. That's PROCHANGEIN Liberia. Until next time, enjoy the show.
This is Youth Inside, of course, thanks to Prince Jeb, our first sponsor. They Pro Change, and of course, sponsorship doors are still open here on this program. This program of yours, not just ours, because the society is just ours, and we can make the difference provided when all hands are on desk. So today we have us officials of the LESU, that's the Liberia Information Technology Students Union, in presence of the president for Destin Pay, and of course all chapter chairman Sekou Kamara. They are here with me in the studio to discuss what's going on at the level of the LESU and what they are anticipating, what are those roles, what are their expectations, and what are those things that they need to run the institution, run the affairs of ICT sector in Liberia, making young people to feel the impact, not just young people, the country at large. So we'd like to say you're highly welcome, and welcome to our guests in studio. Firstly, let's start with you, for Destin, the president of LESU. Welcome to KMTV.
Yeah, thank you very much. Like the host Zach said, my name is Destin Pay, and let me use this medium to say hats off to the ICT students of Liberia. And also let me say thanks for giving us the opportunity to sit in this sophisticated studio to discuss critical national issues concerning the ICT sector of Liberia. Thank you very much.
All right, let's thank to our all chapter chairman. You are welcome. I don't know, you've been here before.
No, it's my first time.
Okay, let the people know you, Chief.
Well, I'm Sekou M. Kamara, a student of the United Methodist University within ICT, and also all chapter chairman for the Liberia IT Student Union. I'm humble and grateful for appearing on this amazing platform to discuss issues that relate to ICT students regarding the Republic of Liberia.
All right, again, I'd like to say you guys are highly welcome. This is the home of hospitality where we share views. We come forth with information that are very much helpful to our society, especially the young generation. You guys are highly welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much.
It's our pleasure.
All right, there you go. First of all, let's kick the ball rolling. Firstly, can you tell us how has it been for your own leadership, Mr. President, since you took over the position as president of the LESU? How's it been for you? How's your leadership been going?
Yeah, thank you very much. Actually, during the time I took leadership at the Liberia Information Technology Student Union from our leader, Captain Willie Bitima, who resigned because of his academic issues. And actually, Lesu was suffering from a lot of problems, even though Captain Willie Bitima played a part, but a lot of things supposed to be done. So, looking at that particular note, we decided to create the constitution of the Liberian Information Technology Student Union, created the flag of Lesu. We decided to see how best we can come up with an online TV that is up now, the Liberian IT Student Union online TV.
Okay, that's great.
And we now coming over a project, the ICT High School Awareness Project, to hit the 15 political subdivision of Liberia, to encourage young students, conscious students to join the ICT, to get into the ICT field. We want them to get into the field. We want more people, because with more students in the ICT field, you will find more problem solver in the country instead of problem seeker. So right now we have many things on the plate, and we'll be coming over our anniversary rally very soon.
All right, we got a lot of things to discuss, just a 1 hour platform. So just reserve all those things you get. You got to tell us in detail, Mr. President, what are you guys doing at the level of Lesu? Let's talk to our old chairman, all chapter chairman. Let's get it right. Mr. Chairman, tell us a little bit about your own role at the level of Lesu.
Well, being at Lesu is a privilege and also a path of setting a legacy within the national student community. Being an ICT student, it's a dream and a reality coming to be. First, at Lesu, we all believe that being student of UMU, student of STY, student of Bashir, student of MVDC, Federal Vocational, and also high school, you are a member of Lesu by reading ICT courses or just having an zest to read ICT courses. Like Lesu will have three membership form based. We have the active members, those are in Bluecrest, and the active members. We have the professional members. There will be Tima, the Chris Kessening, those are graduated with PS in IT, the Bluecrest Polo graduate recently. So these are the professional members.
Now follow that.
And then we also have the affiliated members. Those are in high school but they want to read ICT.
All right.
So that's why the president said that our president honor his short time. He said that we should meet with those that really want to read ICT for high school. So that's how come the ICT for high school campaign for digital awareness, closing the space on the digital gap within Liberia came about. Because we feel that every generation should start from the beginning. Because when you build the foundation of every generation, then future is more to be brighter. Okay,
so Mr. President, you taking over the leadership of Lesu, the Liberian Information Technology Student Union. Like you said, you brought about constituting the board, the institution, so that you can have rules and orders. Constitutional. Do you have a constitutional guideline as well, valid within that? Because one would want to say, how is the organization being built up? How can it transition to power to another power?
Yes, now we already have the institution created for Lesu.
Supreme institution.
Yeah, we have the constitution created. Presently, the constitution is created.
Okay.
The constitution is created, and in that particular constitution, like what you're talking about, to give power to another person.
All right.
Every year, during the anniversary, or in October 26, there will be a Congress. People will go for Congress and elections. Be in that particular Congress for power to be turned over to the people. So right now we're having the rules and regulations to go on the institution, because it is a saying that states that a place with our rules and regulations, the people who head us status.
Because that's why one will want to know how things are being run.
Yeah, we want for people to be the organization. Yeah, so we will use that particular rules and regulation to see how best we can take action against people in the institution. So right now the article incorporation is put, but the constitution is put into place. So that's how we're looking like. And Lesu, right now we are moving gradually, and we are getting there.
There are a lot of things that you said on you guys' desk, and hope to work with it to move the institution forward. Whereas someone says coming from a trash where an institution that has not been recognized, that no one hears about it, and it's just an institution that someone say a mere institution. How do you guys try to work out modalities to take out that perception one may have had in the past that LESU is not an institution, it's not a recognized institution, it's not doing anything to fill in part of those guys doing ITC?
No, LESU is a recognized institution in Liberia. Under Captain Woody B. Timber regime, we got our article of incorporation as certified ICT student-based movement in this country, where we serve now as the model organization for all ICT students in Liberia.
Okay.
LESU been carrying on trainings in Liberia that many ICT students benefited from, and we've been coming up with a lot of programs. The problem in Liberia here is that the political will, technology, many people don't really know about technology in Liberia.
Okay.
That's why young students from diverse ICT institutions came together around the table, because we get a mindset that it is better to sit around the table instead of going on the battlefield. So we sit around the table to see how best we can make technology known in this country, for people to know that technology can be used for economic growth and social development. So we know that it's a serious issue in this country. So what we did, we came together to see how best we can unite the ICT students, which we already did. The all chapter chairman here, he's here for all ICT institutions in Liberia. Right now they are united, and right now we are creating opportunities, because the second issue is opportunities for the ICT students, the scholarship, the internship, and we also serve as voice for ICT in Liberia. Any issue we see concerning ICT that is not going down well in the country, we stand against it. Before, there was no ICT policy in the country. I think you guys were there, and KMTV carried the news where we gave the government 3-month ultimatum to sign the ICT policy, and the government signed.
And we'll come to that, because that's one thing I was just about to ask.
Yes.
But you guys calling on the government. I mean, we're going like probably about 2 months now since you guys talk about that. I mean,
yeah, that's the information I want to get now.
All right.
The government already signed the ICT policy.
Wow.
The government signed the ICT policy last month, and we took picture with the Minister of Post and Telecommunication. Concerning here, we congratulate him. But next week morning, that particular news will be in the newspaper. We've been on the media so many times, and people know our name. I've called across in the 15 sub-political.
So you guys are having a framework to make sure that this organization impacts are felt all part of the sub-political.
Yes, we done that. We've been in various counties during the time Captain Woody B. Tima was in power. We've been in various counties, but right now, what we're thinking on now is to see how best we can lobby, do a serious lobbyistic issue to many ICT institutions, both private and public, to see how best we can carry something on the table, a project for them to help us, for us to get our own office space, because right now we're temporarily in the Ministry of Post and Telecommunication. So anytime we fire like that, the ministers, they call us, they want to muscle and some other stuff. You get me?
You use the word muscle. I mean,
yeah, when we say muscle, they want to close our mouth. Oh, you're sitting in the ministry here, you want to talk against us.
Wow.
So one of the things we want to do is to see how best we can get our own office space, get our own vehicle, start to move in this particular country, start to carry on some projects, start to create some application, because right now we're having some application on the developer desk. Clean City project, we're having it now that we started to develop for 3 ministry of LSE, MCC, and public works.
Okay.
So we're already having that prototype down, the developer working on it to see how best we can develop, because when we're talking about IT, information, communication, and technology, it is there to solve problems.
We're looking at the all chapter chairman. I mean, what are those chapters, if you say, you're looking at to make sure that there is much more unity, unlike before? I'm not saying that there has been unity, but I mean making it so robust that when ICT, I mean when LESU is being heard, even in the vineyard, people know exactly what it takes for Liberia to have an ICT sector, especially headed by Lesu?
Well, firstly, that's a brilliant question. And at the beginning of the invention of Lesu, 2015, Lesu started as started to train students in various vocational schools and various colleges. But we understood when we decided we start to flip more literature pages within the digital spectrums, we understand that Lesu was not only about training. We should have been more vocal in our advocacies than training.
Okay.
So we went through our executive meeting and called some of our colleagues and told them that Lesu is purposely based on awareness, training, and advocacy.
Okay.
So if you're saying that awareness is to carry on the proper way in which to enlighten the minds of the public
And
how
importance.
technology is important.
Okay.
Second, when it comes to the training aspect, after enlightening the mind of the public, you have to give them something that will maintain them, that will encourage them to see
Maybe flyers
and all that stuff. It's not like flyer, but like I was saying in English, they say you learn for learn.
Okay.
Because when you start the process, like you start your educational sojourn in your 3 months now, the process in which you will in doing that conducive now of the education, you can provide in seeking more education. So that's why we say learn for learn. So after the awareness, we come to the training. After the training of the boot camp, then we go to the advocacies where we maintain ourselves. Currently, we are a modern ICT institution that we boast under the leadership of coming for that.
So in a light, what role do you guys play in making sure that those guys, young guys or young folks who wanting to emerge in this sector of Liberia can have that courage? What are you guys doing? What are those things on your table?
Yeah, firstly, being a chairman of the oil chapter, Lesu has 1.5 million students that really ICT within the Republic of Liberia.
1.5.
Yes.
Wow.
We have chapter that is in Maryland,
Mm-hmm.
and surprisingly that they only visited the chapter in Maryland like 3 times because we don't have vehicles. But we visited chapters that around Central Monrovia.
Okay.
So going to NVDC, going Magibi, going Bon, going Kidmount, we visit chapters to these places. And
So that's how you guys got to this number.
That's how
1.5 million.
1.5 million students that we ICD.
That's-
If the national government can provide the support that the Liberia IT student needs, I can tell you for sure, the unemployment that is spending will be a very large down on the street because we have numbers and we have students. For the training aspect, Lesu, we participated in the race communication in West Africa.
Okay.
And Lesu, the first place winner, the second place winner, the third place winner, all of them are members of Lesu.
Mm-hmm.
There's a team called Bridge Technology. Bridge Technology is a sub branch of Lesu. They
Alright.
came first place in a race communication hackathon in Liberia that usually have been held in all of the West African states. And Lesu came first. And the second winner was Health Tech, which is headed by Charles Pan. He came second. He also a member of Lesu. He also part of the training department in Lesu. And then the third champions came from Stars.
I mean, you guys have numbers of people making headway.
So we have members of people making headway, but the government, one thing that's why the president always said that the political way is not there. I will tell you, I'll make this statement on KMTV today is that the political way is not there. In the politician are afraid. When you visit the Capitol building, you not see CC camera because they don't have the passion on putting CC camera because they don't want to place CC camera to these places that these will be exposed. So within that, they feel
that's part of technology.
That's part of technology. That's a huge and safe for activities that will be going on within the building.
So you guys think that some of those reasons that helps to boom up the sector?
Technology, like for booming up the sector, you got e-commerce. E-commerce is highly into booming up the sectors. You got e-education or e-learning is where a student or a computer like Tanzania currently using. He also have telemedicine, like technology providing medicine. Like the president will have a conversation when he went to Nigeria. When the man went to a pharmacy or local pharmacy, You call the tablet name, like you say, when you're asking for paracetamol, the person say, can you please put it in the Android device, and then you spell the name, automatically it gave him the direct location where the tablet was. Now you come and go search pillow 1, pillow 2 to find where the tablet is. No, but technology make everything easier.
Okay.
So that's why you see people within the diaspora, their life is more easier than we that in West Africa, specifically Liberia.
So, Mr. President, I mean, you guys have had a lot of challenges. We've heard a lot of press conferences coming from your end. I mean, what exactly is the problem to you guys continuous strive for a betterment in the sector?
We believe that persistence pays. So we always give our press conferences. The reason you always see us giving press conferences concerning technology is because we want to spread the message of technology in the length and breadth of Liberia. So actually right now Liberia having the Purple Agenda for Prosperity and Development.
Okay.
Purple Agenda for Prosperity and Development having 4 pillar 2-hour readings because we read sufficiently. Firstly, you see the power to the people. When you're talking power to the people, you have to give power to the people. You cannot give power to the people traditionally. No. You can't do it. You have to give power to the people digitally. That's the time you will see development in Liberia. Like before.
So that means power to the people digitally is not being felt.
It's not being felt in Liberia. Now we're having the educational sector. We have a poor educational sector in Liberia. If you look at Rwanda transforming through technology. If you look at the education sector in Liberia, it's backward. So it's backward because it is only traditional. Right now, people learning in Liberia through memorizing. So you see, you call A student because they can go, they study, and they memorize.
Okay.
But we're talking about education, we're talking about hands-on, we're talking about practical. If you go to school, you say you're doing software engineering, you can't go in any lab to do practical to learn how to develop software. You will not do anything. Like people that who doing this TV, this online TV, if they only go and study and don't know about the software, like switcher, like some software for the online TV, they will not create this particular system. So we need hands-on, we need good laboratory in the educational sector of Liberia. If you go to the health sector, when we talk about e-education, because many of the people are generally focusing on health, our health system is poor. You can use technology to transform the health system to make it more modern last in Liberia. If you look at the gender equality, which the people are generally talking about from the power to the people, the gender equality issue, you go to the technical side, you find less female doing technology in Liberia, which is very bad. You understand me? We need more female in the field, so that's why we are prepared to carry on a universal asset fund. We have a universal asset fund in this particular country, but the universal asset fund is not used properly in Liberia. We're talking about universal asset fund. We're talking about you carrying technology to the underserved, to the people, carrying technology to the people. That's why you see we're having problem with the removal of putting hard tariff on data in Liberia. So actually, the second pillar of the Purple Agenda spoke about job creation. Job creation, if you having the ICT policy created now in Liberia, and more tech company like Google's, like Amazon's, like Facebook coming to Liberia, they already in Nigeria and in Kenya. If you come into Liberia, you will know that they will employ more people just the way already doing. So more jobs will be created for youth. And also we are calling on the government to create the ICT hub. We need a hub where young minds in the technological field, they can gather around tables, brainstorm to see how best we can solve problems in the educational sector by using technology, to see how best we can solve local problems in the development sector of Liberia, like the health side, like the education side, the environmental side. We talk about e-waste. Now Liberia is a dump site. When we say dump site, you see people bring a lot of old computer in this particular country. Without any e-waste policy, people just do anything in this particular country,
and that's against the sector.
That's against the sector. We need e-waste policy. E-waste is a very serious environmental issues. I can really listen to EPA discussing climate change. And climate change boiled down to electronic waste. We need to discuss that particular issue too in Liberia. Like we're talking now, we're having two type of people using technology. You're having the digital native, which is the young people, and you're having the digital immigrants. The problems in Liberia now is that the digital immigrants, which is the old people, they're still thinking like those leaders from 1847 and forgetting to know that we are in the 21st century. And the 21st century is the century of science and technology. No country,
by modernization.
no country can get developed without technology. No country. So they need to focus on technology. You cannot create policy without technology. So I was reading the paper agenda and I saw in the paper agenda that they will be using technology to solve this particular problem. And before the problem can be solved, because we're having less skill in the
So you
ICT
think that
sector.
can work with what is enshrined in the policy?
Yeah, it can work by starting with building the capacity of many young people in the country. Can you imagine that we do not have BSc ICT department in the State University, which is very bad? We need BSc ICT department there. Right now, the private institution, you having STARS, you having UM, you having Bluecrest. It is very expensive. It's very expensive. So what about the carpenters, daughters and sons who having the passion to do technology? They don't able, to afford to pay the children fee, and you having UL free school, people going to free school. The president already declared here ever since. You can do a PPP or public-private partnership. You create that particular program, create the BSc ICT department there, so that we can create more innovators in Liberia, more problem solver instead of problem seeker in this particular
Now, before we go to our break, we to a brief time, but let me ask this question. There is this zest. You guys have been posing yourselves, making sure that ICT is something Liberia can have a touchable mind, can bring up forth the fruitfulness of its establishment. I mean, what exactly have you guys been doing? Maybe you want to have an innovative stand still. Maybe you want to involve in the other programs. If you want to encourage other guys, other people, especially the government, the international partners, and so forth. I mean, some will say you have to take on innovative stands, do some innovation. Have you guys seen yourselves involved in such measures?
Yes, we involve in such measures. So starting with the awareness side. The awareness side, Liberia now having so many systems. We are talking about systems. Right now you go to LU, they're having a registration system there for people to register, right? People suppose digital registration system, we call it e-portal. You go to UMU,
trust me, you don't like it.
But people, it's shocking me that you still having people going to the cafe to learn about that particular thing.
Yeah.
You having the biometric ID card in Liberia now. You having a lot of systems.
And that's true technology.
That's true technology for people to work on it. You having all these particular systems. So what you can do to make people get used to technology? It's shocking me during the time I went to Nigeria. I saw the taxi drivers using an application called Uber and Taxify to book transportation. Like you stay on the road, like the way you can see we stay on car. People don't really stay in Abuja like that. You get a particular app, you show your location, the taxi driver come for you and carry you to your location, you go in. You understand me? But in Liberia, we having Metro Rail, we having Dora in Liberia. But a bit my imagination that the taxi driver not really using that particular application. You know what?
And that boils down to education.
Yes, because there is no awareness. The people are not used to technology. So that's why Lesu now want to engage people with other programs, telling that, we get the numbers, we get the people, to see how best we can carry technology to the doorsteps of the people, to make them to get used to it. That's why we always telling people that everybody, if you're doing accounting, you find technology in accounting. If people do QuickBook in accounting. If you're doing journalism, technology
like
is
what
there.
we're doing.
You know what I'm telling me? Technology is there where you use this online media and some other stuff. If you're doing engineering, technology is there where you use AutoCAD to draw the drafting. Like looking like before where you draw your draft by using pen. You use the application, you draw a design of perfect horse to do that. So in this 21st century, during those days, they need to say that if you know how to read and write, you are you are educated. But in this 21st century, even if you know how to read and write, you don't understand the basic of computing, you are illiterate. Clear. If you don't know the basic of computing, That's why you see master degree holder, some of our uncles, they know, they very smart. They get master degree, but they can always call us to create Facebook account for them. If they have any problem, to do that PowerPoint and some other things, they are illiterate. I can be very clear.
Okay,
so that's how
we heard you guys. We have to take our break. You know, it's interesting when you have young folks coming on. Like I always tell our people, youth are people of innovation, are people meant to build a society. So in any manner and form that you can hide them behind the pillar and think you will succeed, that's not just possible. Because you know, especially in our country, Liberia, the population, young people constitute a higher percentage of the population. So if you are working without their voices, without their participation, and you know, and I know that we are direct architects to positivities in our country. So we need to come ahead. So when we come back, we're going to look at what are those things on the table and how positive these things are going to benefit the young people, especially the ICT sector. So wherever you are, we'll take our commercial break. This is Youth Insight, and we're here with the Litsu family. That's the Liberia Information Technology Student Union, and we're discussing the sector, the ICT sector, and what is on the table. So we take our commercial break. To be right back.
Hi, I'm Prince Larmin Jarbo, founder of Project Change. As an organization, our mission is to groom self-sustaining youth to help rebuild a productive Liberia. We change the mindsets of the youth from one that says, I cannot, to one that believes I can. We're proud to sponsor the Youth Insight on KMTV, presented by Zach Sherman, because we also believe in creating a platform for the young people to voice themselves. If you would like to learn more about what we do and how we do it, and how you can join the movement, you can find us on Facebook or Instagram at Pro Change in Liberia. Or you can also visit our website at prochangeInLiberia.org. That's PROCHANGEIN Liberia. Until next time, enjoy the show.
Thanks for rejoining us. Again, we say thanks to Prince Jebo, heading Pro Change. And Pro Change is incorporated for young guys coming up, making sure that things are being done for young people across Liberia, and they are coming with a summit, and the summit is geared toward teaching young people leadership skills, entrepreneurship, and so forth. And I hope to be part of that summit coming up very soon. So again, we say welcome to Youth Insight, where we bring forth young people unleashing their voices for the better. As we stand to be corrected, we are the full pedal to national development. For every prosperity and development our country should have, the young people should stand the ground. The leadership is to make sure young people are involved to the highest level. So today again we say welcome back to the Litsu, the Liberia Information Technology Student Union. You guys are all welcome. He's the president, Mr. For Destin Pay, and he's
our chapter chairman.
Our chapter chairman. And again, you guys are all welcome.
Thank you. It's our pleasure.
It's our pleasure once more.
So, what is exactly hindering your success? Because for me, it's my dream as a young man to see, Lesu coming out in a very smooth path where we can be on par with other international counterparts. We can see like Ghana, we see improvement. Tanzania, even Kenya as well. We can see young people pushing technology to making Liberia a better place. What you guys are really looking at a hindrance that is not exposing you for the better?
Well, firstly, what is here to release or open the vacuum for us is like the national government is not willing to support ICT. I will always maintain my statement that the national government is not willing to support ICT. Like Sierra Leone, our nearby country, through the health sector, they are training their nurses and their doctors with a poison to and tablet, meaning telemedicine and e-health. In a sense, is that I have a material and then I go to GFK, the information I place at GFK automatically when I get well, and then going in another few months or few weeks, another sickness follow me. I go to Kobo Hospital. I'm not going to go and fill in another form again.
You've already had
I
a
already
data
got a
set.
series number from
Series-
JFK.
Okay.
So I will
That's-
just give my series number and then they
Yeah.
will automatically know the
Your
signal.
entire information comes up.
The entire information.
That's
the signal,
technology.
The signal that had problem with this for few months or few years, automatically they will just do few checkouts on me and then roll. So for the education aspect, you got e-education. Like you don't have to go to classes. You can do your classes online and also get a certificate online.
Okay.
Like for what the president is saying is that we had a problem with LTA bringing a hard flow price on the GSM company in Liberia because the ITU Liberia is a member of the ITU.
Okay.
So in the International
Well,
Telecommunication
the
Union,
union,
the
okay.
ITU. So how will you be a member of the ITU and then your price is high, increasing to 5%? Saying that the 5% you want to build more tower in Liberia. Since the beginning of the year, the LT have only built a tower. A tower, meaning one tower, only a one tower LTA built, all of the 5%.
Okay.
So they're using all of resources to fill that big things. Around here saying that they are doing what.
So you guys are highly dissatisfied.
We are highly dissatisfied within that because ITU is telling that connect the unconnected.
Okay.
The people that are connected is lesser than the people that are unconnected. So how will Liberia internet?
And that brings problem to the sector.
It brings serious problem to the sector. Internet is the purpose of internet is what to connect the unconnected and it should be affordable to all.
Okay.
Internet is like WHO because WHO is responsible to make hunger zero in every country. So that's how IT is responsible for the world internet glorifying. But coming to Liberia, seeing my country, sometimes I sit in my corner and then I feel terrifying as an ICT student seeing somebody in Kenya, Tanzania creating an app. Like the president said, Liberia need, our first priority was we need a hub. Sometimes we say e-hub, sometimes we say hub.
But we heard the president
in Tokyo,
Japan, in Tokyo, Japan.
That sometimes I say is just a scheming statement.
Wow.
When I say scheming statement is a this. When the president is leaving to go America, they prepare another speech for him to go lobby. And then when he return, he don't do what all these classes that enlisted in that country and he went to lobby. And when he return, he don't focus on the classes. And then
say he's the other one.
He's not the one. But then the paper comes on his desk. The president is a doctor degree holder. He's a doctor degree holder. He has a doctorate. So somebody placing a paper on your desk and then you read these people, you rehearse these people. The people spend weeks with the president before going for these conferences. And he goes to the place. One thing that really surprised me, they have first class ticket to go to the various countries. A first class ticket is highly technological. So there will be a way that the president will tell me that the president when Ghana, it was technology that detected that he's the president of Liberia.
Okay.
So you should realize that Sierra Leone and Guinea is pushing for technology. What's about Liberia? We are the oldest in our region and even in Africa, but yet we are back with technology.
I mean, yeah, you want to buttress?
Yeah, to buttress, one of the problems we have in Liberia concerning technology, the problems, the challenges, one is lack of political will. We say lack of political will.
And keep emphasizing this.
Yes, because we having people still having the 1847 masses. They still having 1847 masses. And now we are in the information age. We need technology to modernize our country. We need technology to develop our country because technology can be used for economic growth and social development. Number two, we lack internet facilities in Liberia. When we're talking about internet facilities for the youth, there is no space for the youth concerning internet. Every schools, are talking about public schools in Liberia don't have internet facility, which is very bad. How would the student?
And that's one thing myself I was there.
Yeah, how would the student do research during those days where they used to they took books?
Notification could be library.
Yes, but now you can find internet in library. You can find internet in high school, which is very precarious and dangerous in this 21st century. And that's why you see Lesu stood up tall against the 5% tariff. The reason we say that because it causes digital divide. When we say digital divide, that means you having the people who write in that particular policy, only them will be having internet. Then the poor people in Liberia will not get internet like the students. The students from West Point, God bless them, they obtain $230 to buy a card to put data in a phone. You think they will use that $230 to buy a card? No. To get 300 megabytes? No. They will use that particular money to eat, to buy food. So internet should be down. You need to use internet to connect the unconnected, because Liberia is member of the RTU. They are member of the affordable.
In their statement, they talk about when they want to be on par with other members, with other counterparts when it comes to the charges to internet. I mean, you guys did an assessment of that?
They are not on par. They are way down. During the time Liberia were having 3-day free calls. Let me give you statistic. During the day Liberia were having 3-day free call. Liberia was 68 on the affordable internet table around the world. Right now Liberia is 103 because of the dropping down of the regulation, the high tariff. If you look at the affordable alliance internet vision, you know the affordable alliance association, Liberia is member. They created the ICT policy for Liberia. Liberia is member. The standard DAS tariff they're supposed to use is 2%,
2 or 3% around.
2 or 1%, 2 or 1%. Liberia
went to 5%.
Liberia went to 5%, which is very demonic, which is very bad. Against it as a student. And the second issue in Liberia is lack of ICT skills. We having people in Liberia that don't have. We having many people in Liberia that don't have information and technology skills. So what we're trying to do is to carry on awareness, to train more people, the fundamentals, to know about the internet, to know about the danger of the internet. It is a serious issue in Liberia, and Liberia lack policy. We lack the cybersecurity policy now in the nation. There is no cybersecurity policy, and hacking is taking place in this particular country. Right now, Liberia do not have law for cyberbullying, and you get to see. We're talking about cyberbullying. You see people come up with a lot of propagandas. You see many things on the internet concerning George Weah is propaganda. Some people use Photoshop to take naked picture, call the person here, the put George Weah head on it. It's a serious cyberbullying, but we don't have policy concerning to guard a particular issue. Our data, you having Lone Star, you having MTN, you having Orange. They take our data, they take the people data, but our data is not protected. We don't have data protection law in Liberia.
Do you sometimes get to read GFs and companies as well? Because I mean they are involved too as well.
Yeah, we know they are involved, but we need policy to be created
that will guide them too.
Yeah, if you look at Facebook now, Mark Zuckerberg, who created Facebook, he went to trial 2018 for the same data issue. They take the people data, you know, they have the data, they take the people data around the world, sell the data to international company to do the business advertisement. Like if I can look at KMTV anytime, anytime I put my phone on, I will see or notification about KMTV new video on YouTube. It is the ad company, you know, that buy that particular data from Facebook. Okay. So the point is, but second, they are doing it, but people are really noticing. Sometimes you just send you message about football game today, about the other game, with you don't know. They're using people data to do some of the secret business they are doing in Liberia, and we want for the government to create a data protection policy. Now we're having people doing electronic transaction. Some people doing electronic transaction like mobile money, but we do not have electronic transaction act in this particular country, which is out of
and that should be an act created to that.
Yes, okay. The trade we went on, it was a serious discussion we discussed. And now we have biometric article. Our database now in Kenya that we're doing any 2017 to launch that particular biometric article system. But TechnoBrain in Kenya created that particular systems. Can you imagine? We don't have Liberians to do that. That's why we are always calling on the government to see how best they can give scholarship to the ICT students, to send more students abroad so that they can be more sophisticated, to protect the data center to LTA, to be more sophisticated, to protect our system, to protect the cyber security, the cyber ecosystem of Liberia. And from the little angle, our challenges is we don't have right now our office space, so that's why we're lobbying, we're doing fundraising to get a particular office space. we don't have resources now, and, you know, but we are working towards it to see how best we can stand. That's why we believe that today's struggle is tomorrow's success.
Okay.
It is our 2 years. Some people were 50 years, 60 years before they got think they 5 more office space. And we only got 2 years now. Our argument going across, people now helping us, and we hope, because our motto is we think of the future and we hope for the progress.
Okay.
We know that we'll be successful one day.
So with these challenges you guys are facing, I mean, where there are a lot of ignorance coming from the legs, from the hands and legs of leaders of a country, don't you guys feel that because much have not been touched to them so that they can feel, or you guys think they just want to behave, you know, out of continuously ignoring your quest, your crowds, your strive for a better Liberia when it comes to technology? I mean, have you guys suggested that, taking into consideration that?
Yeah, like at the time our president Emeritus was then Willie B. Tima Jr., we did our communications, sent it to 7 ministries. I will not name them on the show, requesting them to send some of their ICT personnel or professionals that they have then to train them on cyber security and also networking. You may say you're professional, but there are things that have been upgraded every time on the internet that you don't read. But then they accepted our letter, they responded to us. When the time reaches, we send our letters again. They told us, oh, they would send their people out down. Currently, we are still up there. So the point is, as the president said, people feel like they are still in his late 80s and late 70s. They are terrified that when we give these young guys the opportunities,
they are not confiding in themselves the reality.
When we give these young guys the opportunity, they will take our jobs. That's the first thing. That's the first fear that they have in them. But one thing I want to tell the current president of United or the University of Liberia is this: we wrote an open letter of Madam Reeve then, and his own open letter is pending for him. It's better that he accept, because you can have a College of Science and Technology since 1997.
Wow.
And there is no IT department. Are you kidding? Within the 21st century, an institution, state-run university, you say you want to be classified as one of the best universities in Africa and in the world. So it's like Liberia we are in a form of, we just in the middle and satisfy what we have in the middle. So we praise others, embrace them when it comes to us, but then you say almost shut down based on the delay of the ICT policy. If not by the innovation of the president for listening pay that use his focusness to give the government 3 months ultimatum, and coming out of that 3 month ultimatum, we receive a call. Some elderly people start to threat us, but we told them that the board even resigned. That Darren Wiggins, he resigned. He was the board then on our committee. The board elder committee, he resigned.
And why did he resign? He
resigned based that he felt that a job was being tampered with. That when we come out with such statement, being harsh on the government will say, you are part of these people. You are part and parcel of the organization. So, because one thing we should observe in ICT is or something that it creates vacancy, it creates and it employs youth. Like for instance, we are youth, we are in our youthful age. That's why I always tell people, today, our today's struggle is our tomorrow's success. We love it, we walk, we don't have vehicles. Sometimes we come in town struggling with our burdens. But those of whom that just take the street to see the protesting, government run to their ears and even go through the closet and found some logistic for them, like the Liberia National Student Union. It should not be that we are an ICT student. For every country except a new colony, the people just break their e-hub. The first hub among the country in West Africa that have hub, Liberia is not even part of them. Liberia is not dreaming to go closer to them. But yet then we feel
you guys
that
are hoping that you have.
hoping that's our dream.
Okay.
I can tell people within the analog generation then, those that advocated about ICT, internet came to Liberia the late 90s. But yet then, Liberians are using internet more than those who think that they invented internet. Because Liberian per day, do this analysis, a Liberian per day spend over 45 minutes on the internet just within an hour. A Liberian per day spend over 45 minutes on the internet, and that consumption is of finance. So why LTA will look into our face as young emerging ICT leaders, telling us that they're trying to raise the tariff from 2 to 5. In the hands of poor government, no, you are killing the masses. As the president said, especially looking at the extreme that we find ourselves within the economy
as students.
Now, you got Brookers, student paying 1,300, 1,000 plus. You got UMU, student paying 800, 900. You got Stars that build their multi-university campus recently. So Star is the only Liberian ICT university in Liberia.
Wow.
So you go to UMU. I'm a student of UMU. I'm on the air. I'm a student of UMU. There is no protocol that goes on there. I will tell people that very soon it may not be a surprise that when you see me with Stars ID card, because I'm trying to go to Stars and I'm already in your route, because Stars is producing leaders.
UMU is not up to the
UMU is not up to the task actually. Too technologically, they are not up to the task. How will you get a chairman who serve and coordinate the whole affairs of ICT department when vacations or part of vacation a month that school supposed to close, because university we want temporarily 3 months, but they say 4 months. For we that do our calculations, say temporarily 3 months, because university are runs for 3 months, and then within the first 2 months after part of your final, you see a chairman saying he's leaving to go Ghana. Are there no qualified Liberians? Government. One I really want to highlight is this: in Kenya, when they got doing in Tanzania, in Ethiopia, when they just gained their independence, the person we not going to create rules. We use technology. Ethiopia, that's how Ethiopia Airway begin the brave airway of Africa, and now Ethiopia is bumping.
And that's true technology. Liberia, we are not yet beyond. And one thing we always tell them when we are writing, we say it's compulsory and technology is here to stay, whether you like it or not. Because within our generation, we have achieved and will continue to achieve. During the ICT draft, we gave 3 suggestions. And all our 3 suggestions, they accepted 2 within the ICT policy. Now you see cyberbullying. Sometimes I just see students cyberbullying a lead to people committing murder or suicide, because I can be a decent character just on an error or mistaking it one way or the other. You took my photo and then you start to flee on Facebook negatively. I can even go to a way in which you can lose your life. But Liberia is here to understand that cyberbullying is very essential, and NSA is there seeing all of these things. So yeah, they are yet to talk. Okay, we passed the time. So, Mr. President, do you have a legislative approach to this? Maybe you want to have a backup from the end of the legislatures. Maybe looking at to back it up and coming with their ideas, making sure that what you striving for can be upheld. Can be upheld. Have you guys looked to that direction to create a bill? I mean, maybe you want to look at how lawmakers can help you in. Maybe you pass a specific bill that will make sure certain thing for the ICT sector is well organized, well strategic, like other bills that have been passed. Are you guys looking in that direction?
Yeah, we're looking in that direction. President Lesu having the Computer Misuse Act, that particular the Computer Misuse Bill. We're talking about Computer Misuse Bill. We are talking about a bill that many people, they do forgery, like what happened to World Trade Center. You see people say the World Trade Center forged ID card using the computer, they forged documents, key documents in the country, because there is no Computer Misuse Act. So we already crafted a bill for it to see how best we can send it to the legislatures. We also create an Internet Freedom Bill, that is already on our docket, or bill that making everybody to be free on the internet to do what it's supposed to do and what it's supposed to say on the internet. Mind you, now Liberia now having the sophistication to temper with the social media. June 7, there was an internet shutdown in this particular country, June 7. And the reason it happened, because Liberia having the sophistication to do that, they shut down internet and they infringe on the people right, and it also affected the economy, the government, and the people. So actually we created the Internet Freedom Bill that will be sent to the legislature so that we can follow it for us to create a history in this particular nation. So that's it.
Okay, you guys are having to get minds, ideas to send in bills that the legislature can look at, because it has to do with political will, and that's which we hope you guys can really do it to make the sector a vibrant one, so that Liberia can get on path. So we want to have us departed, but before then, let's get our parting statement. Let's start with the all chapter chairman. Can you tell us in your nutshell, in your conclusion, why it takes about the ICT? What can students hope to see within the next period of time, especially when you guys take it on the lead, before you can lead us?
Well, I'm grateful being on your platform today discussing essential issues relating to my life and my hope, because ICT is my life and my career is my hope. So, being a student within ICT, information communication technology, and within a tier world country like Liberia, is a huge challenge. That's firstly. So, the government has a major roles to play. National government has major roles to play. In a sense, like government should understand that the awareness that we are carrying on, we are using our own strength. We need the government support. Government don't have to come with finance. No. Bring the materials and watch us. Like for the app we said, MCC, Public Works, and LDC, we got the main, we got a portal. The portal is a takeable portal.
Okay, you've got 1 minute.
Yeah, so the portal is a takeable portal. Government just needs to call us on a round table how we can provide our ideas and how in which the grace period. I can tell the government, if the government gave support to the ICT student, we give the government a grace period of 3 or 4 years, there will be a sectors within Liberia that will benefit hugely through ICT, and will understand that ICT is here to stay. So I'd like to say that we struggle, our struggle today is tomorrow's success, and we will not rest until Liberia gets transformed through technology. As we are lazy, as our slogan, we will never rest until Liberia gets transformed through technology. Thank you, and I hope to see KMTV on our anniversary rather, and see how we will move forward in partnership and working along and making awareness to the public.
And Justin, that's our pleasure to make sure that we voice out ourselves for a better Liberia, especially for the ICT end. Let's get to our president, Mr. Fodestin Pay. Tell us what's your concluding statement before we can depart?
Yeah, my concluding statement here is actually I want to use this medium to say thanks for giving the ICT students the privilege to sit in this sophisticated studio to discuss critical national issues concerning the ICT sector of Liberia. And I also want to use this medium to send my caveat to the government to see how best they can be willing to use technology for economic growth and social development in Liberia. And I also want to call on the government to see how best they can create internet, accessible and affordable internet for the people in Liberia. The unconnected need to be connected in Liberia. And I also want to use this medium to call on the government to support the ICT students in this particular country in terms of giving them internship and giving them scholarship internationally and locally to see how best we can create local solution for Liberia. And I also want to call the government to see how best they can craft policy like the cyber security law with these speedy discoverable aid. And we also want the Computer Misuse Act to be created. We want so many policies to be created concerning ICT in this particular country. And I want to invite you all that are watching us to join us November 15th for our anniversary rally. We'll be marching, we call it the March for Digital Liberia. We'll be marching, we'll parade the street of Monrovia, portray the use of ICT for economic growth and development in Liberia. And we call KMTV to join us to see how best we can make that particular day successful. And we from the Liberia Information Technology Student Union, we always say that we will not rest. We will not rest until Liberia gets transformed through technology. And this will remain supreme, and this will never fall.
And trust me, KMTV is willing to help you guys in your strive, like I already told Kamara. So you guys, again, thanks for being our guest on our show today. It was a kind of amazing thing, and we hope to working with you guys for the next time for the forward march of our Liberia.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so that's it. On this day, on this edition of Youth Insight, where we bring forth the young voices, unleashing ourselves for the better, and that has to do with all hands on deck, coming from the end of leadership, from the end of international partners as well. Those international partners who are doing their best possible to make sure ICT is something that will be looked at. I want to say thanks to you, and we hope that you continue your endeavors so that we can see a better ICT sector where students are yearning for a better change when it comes to the information technology of this country. So I want to say thanks for being there. Again, I'm Zach Totiamesheme. I'm your continuous host on this youth platform, and hope to work with every young people. Like I said, the sponsorship platform, sponsorship, those are still open. You can just give or call on +321 wherever you find yourself, 77001 7702. And of course, our sponsorship, those are open. You are all welcome. If you want to hear, if you want for young people to make the change, to come up with their voices, their impacts, their impulse, their ideas, their strategies, their measures, and so forth for a better Liberia, we are hoping for that. And trust me, as I said here, I'm so amazed that if positive things are coming towards the young people of Liberia, I will stand firm to beat my chest, because I know how it takes when young people are up to the task, and when the leaders take the young people into their arms and consider what they're supposed to do. So again, once again, thanks for being there, and I hope that you join us next Tuesday for another edition. But remember, the relay of this broadcast comes on Saturday, 7 o'clock, and we hope that you keep tuned. If you didn't follow us, you can just get us there Saturday, same time on our TV station, KMTV. Again, I'm Zach Totiamesheme. Thanks for being there, and that's it.
Hi, I'm Prince Larmin Jarbo, founder of Project Change. As an organization, our mission is to groom self-sustaining youth to help rebuild a productive Liberia. We change the mindsets of the youth from one that says I cannot to one that believes I can. We're proud to sponsor the Youth Insight on KMTV, presented by Zach Sherman, because we also believe in creating a platform for the young people to voice themselves. If you would like to learn more about what we do and how we do it, and how you can join the movement, you can find us on Facebook or Instagram at Pro Change in Liberia. Or you can also visit our website at prochangeInLiberia.org. That's PROCHANGEIN Liberia. Until next time, enjoy the show.